The Kanken was originally designed as a school bag for children in Sweden as a solution for carrying heavy books on their back. Fast forward 40 years and Fjallraven has over 10 different Kankens, a range of accessories and stores all over the world. Hey, I'm Rebecca from Pack Hacker, where we use our expertise and real-world experience to provide practical resources and honest opinions, guiding you towards smarter travel. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. We've been testing the Fjallraven Kanken 13-inch laptop backpack for over 3 years now. Yes, you heard that right. And it's seen use in 3 different continents. So let's jump into the review. This pack is instantly recognizable from its boxy shape and large circular Arctic Fox logo on the front. Let's be honest, you're not going to miss it. But apart from the big "Look at me" logo on the front, the rest of the branding is pretty minimal. You can find the word Fjallraven on the zipper pulls, and the Arctic Fox makes another appearance on the poppers as well. Finally, inside the pack, you'll also find a label alluding to the Kanken story and heritage, where you can add your name and contact details. While we're digging the overall aesthetic and old school style of this pack, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, so we put it to our Instagram audience to see what they think, and 59% gave it a thumbs up, which is a pretty good result. At the time of this review, the Kanken 13-inch laptop backpack comes in a range of 15 different colorways. Now, while we've been testing this backpack, we've found that the colors are constantly changing, so if you don't see one that you fancy now, check back in later on. All of the zippers on this pack are YKK number 5, making them strong, reliable, and durable. We haven't had a single issue with them in 3 years of testing. We even pushed them to the limit on countless occasions. That should speak for itself. The main material of this pack is 100% Nylon F. This is a synthetic fabric that's been used to create the Kanken from the beginning. A great advantage of this material is that when it gets wet, the fibers swell, making it more water resistant. This will work well if you're caught in a quick shower or light rain, but it's important to remember that this material is not waterproof. After getting stuck in a snow shower in Chicago for a few hours, this pack did eventually soak through. So if you're going to wetter climates, we recommend picking up a rain cover, which Fjallraven conveniently have on their website. As Fjallraven has grown and developed, they've also created bags that are great for the environment too. So if you're looking for a more sustainable pack, they also have the Kanken, which we tested in the USA and Portugal. But it's important to remember that that doesn't have a padded laptop sleeve. Moving on to the external components, let's start with the harness system. And being a 13-inch pack, it's pretty simple. The shoulder straps are adjustable and padded, which we've found to be comfortable even when the pack is at full capacity. It is important to note though that the padded laptop sleeves only come on the laptop versions of the Kanken. The carry is also improved by the back panel on this pack. The padded laptop sleeve works wonders and really is 2 for the price of 1. There's also a feature that lets you strap down the shoulder straps when they're not in use. We found this pretty unnecessary for a day pack, and we didn't find ourselves using it that often. You've probably noticed that there isn't a sternum strap or hip belt on this pack. While we never found ourselves in need of this due to the size of the pack, Fjallraven do have a sternum strap available that you can clip onto the shoulder straps. At the top of the pack, there are 2 quick grab handles, which can be attached via a loop that's already attached to one of the handles. As a day pack, we found this to be a handy feature, which came in useful when we just needed to pick the pack up. On either side of the pack are 2 pockets. Originally, we thought these would be great for water bottles, but we've yet to find a bottle which fits, which is pretty disappointing. We've been struggling to find another use for these pockets as it's almost impossible to reach the bottom of them. Longer items are better, and one item that we found that works well is the Joby Gorilla Pod, which you can just wriggle in like that. Now let's jump inside this pack. We'll start with the main compartment, which is basically a big bucket that you can throw your stuff into. We've actually got the Kanken photo insert in here at the moment. And if you're into photography, this cube can come in super handy for storing your camera gear on days out. Other than that, we've found that due to the limited internal organisation, packing cubes and pouches come in super handy for keeping your items together and preventing them from getting lost within the pack. Inside the main compartment is a sleeve that stretches across the width of this pack. This sleeve is useful for storing documents and flatter items. Now let's pop everything back inside so we can look at the back of this pack. Now, the back of the pack is where you'll find the dedicated laptop compartment. The accessibility here is a big advantage because the laptop compartment is separate to the rest of the pack. So there's no need to empty everything out or access the main compartment. Easy. You can also use this compartment for documents that you'll want to access quickly while on the go. It's important to note here though that this compartment will only hold your 13-inch laptop without a case on. And as a final note, Fjallraven also have a 15-inch and 17-inch laptop backpack if you have a bigger laptop. Now moving to the front of the pack and you'll see a small quick grab pocket. This is a really handy size and it's big enough to hold those items that you'll need to grab quickly, like your phone, wallet, and even your sunglasses. So you'll find yourself using this pocket pretty often. At the time of this review, we've been testing this pack for over 3 years, so it's seen its fair share of adventures. From Hong Kong to Tokyo, Thailand, Malaysia, city hopping across Europe, and even exploring the USA. Overall, the Fjallraven Kanken has held up well, and we've been impressed with its durability and reliability, even when it's been pushed to its limits. Over time, we've found the Vinylon F, the exterior fabric, to be super durable, and having been thrown around and used continuously across the world, it's held up remarkably well. However, we did notice a fair amount of fading, which you can see over this pack. While this does affect the overall look, we don't mind it too much as it adds to that heritage vibe that's going on here. We do also have some complaints about the zipper covers, which are not as functional as we'd have liked. When the pack is at full capacity and boxed out to the max, the covers stay on over the zippers. However, when there's some sag to the pack and the covers instantly move around, it leaves the zippers vulnerable to the elements. While this wasn't a big deal, as we rarely found ourselves hiking through the rain, it wasn't ideal. Now onto the pros and cons. The shoulder straps are comfortable, the laptop compartment is easily accessible, and the quick grab handles at the top of the pack come in super handy. Now the cons. The material is starting to fade over time, the zipper covers move away from the zippers, and the side pockets are pretty useless considering that you can't fit a water bottle in them or even put your hands right down to the bottom of the pocket. Despite the relentless testing this bag has endured, the Fjallraven Kanken 13-inch laptop backpack has stood the test of time, and we've been super impressed with the durability and versatility this little day pack has to offer. Although the material has faded a fair bit and the side pockets weren't as functional as we'd like, if you're looking for a long-term day pack that you can rely on, which also looks pretty good too, the Kanken could be a great contender. So there we have it, our review of the Fjallraven Kanken 13-inch laptop backpack. And as ever, we'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next one.